another video. This time I'd like to give you a complete guide to Conquest and MLB The Show 17. Now, when I say complete guide, you may look at this map right here and you may think, well, how is this complete? Well, you don't know anything. Well, I mean, actually, this is my second time going through Conquest, and we're looking to finish for the second time. So, not only have we done Conquest, but we did it. I can't prove this, but I believe we were the first ones to finish it. We were definitely the first ones to get the reward for finishing the command missions that come from doing Conquest. Let me go prove that right now. If we go to our inventory, um, and we go to player collection and flashbacks, and we scroll over to the athletics of Oakland. No, we went too far. No, we went the wrong way. Crap. Okay, so let's go over to the NL reward first. We'll go over to the Cardinals, and this is, of course, Matt Holliday. So Matt Holliday's reward you get for completing the entire NL command missions within Conquest. As you can see, Mr. No Days Off in the corner. That is this channel. So we were the first person to get that Matt Holliday. If we continue to scroll over, it's going to take us a while because the servers are acting wonky right now because there's a lot of people on. We will get to that. I will talk about that in this video because that is an important part of Conquest, knowing when the servers are not. Hopefully, it won't be important for long. So, by the time you're watching this video, maybe 2 or 3 days from now, hopefully, it won't be an issue. But as of right now, it is very important. So, this is the Reggie Jackson. This is the reward for completing the NL and AL. So, you have to get that Matt Holliday. And further, if I were to keep going to the left, I would get to Curtis Granderson, who I did not get first, which was upsetting. But if you do the NL and AL missions, you will be rewarded with Matt Holliday and Curtis Granderson. And after getting both of those guys, you will get this Reggie Jackson, who I played with a bit, and I can say is kind of the shit. Now, what am I talking about when I talk about these missions? Let's go out right now and let's go over to the missions, so I can you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. If we go over to Conquest, so when you go through Conquest the first time, um, you obviously conquer all of the strongholds. These like all of these are like just conquer strongholds, like the bronze missions. Okay. After you conquer the strongholds for an entire division, a new reward opens up. So I conquered the NL, and all the NL West. I now click this. That opens up a mission, a command mission. So let's go to command the NL West mission. If I can find it, did I skip it? I think I skipped it. I'm not the best reader. Okay, so command the NL West. So now that I've done the conquer mission, I've conquered the entire NL West. Now I have to get tally 10 home runs with all-star series players. Now there are no limitations to where you can do this in Diamond Dynasty except for the extra innings and unranked play a friend. You can't do it in those because they're just not about that Yeti grind this year, or the friend grind this year. So basically, you see this A in this A next to the tally 10 home runs. You can find that on certain cards, and those are the home cards you have to hit the home runs with. I did it mainly with the free Brock Holt that came with the Diamond, the Digital Deluxe pack, and I also did it with I think a Bud Norris, I think that you can get on the Oakland A's flashback. He's very cheap. Now, for all of these I'm going through, I'm going to do the breakout series next. All these have like really expensive cards, like that you can use in addition to the cheap ones that will make it go faster. Just because if you have more guys hitting, you have more chance to get these home runs and stuff. That said, they are pricey, and I didn't really want to spend. And you can sell them back, obviously, but I didn't really want to spend 11,000 coins, 16,000 coins for cards that you're just gonna sell back at a little loss, because at a certain point you can get it done with these guys. Like I said, I got it done with these two guys when you're going through the Conquest map and you're playing on rookie. You're playing on polo grounds when you're doing play versus CPU on rookie. It's not that hard to crank out the 10 home runs. That was actually one of the easier ones. It took a little bit of time, but it just happened naturally between those two guys. If we go to the NL Central, so this is after you conquer all the teams in NL Central, tally 15 doubles with hardware players. This wasn't as fun. So the hardware players, they are, kind of pricey. Um, you know, I basically did this with Jeff Bagwell and I forget some random card. He wasn't a good card. He sucked. But it you don't realize in this game how much it's hard to manipulate. The home runs you can manipulate easy. Like you just power swing. Eventually you can get them. Doubles, the ball just has to land where it has to land. It has to go off the wall, the right place. The fielder has to not have that great of an arm. Sometimes it's just there's a little element of luck involved there. So be ready to get a little frustrated. This one, simple enough to explain. Rendon is actually pretty good. I've enjoyed his car since I've gotten him. 50 hits with breakout series players. You put him in your lineup, it'll happen for you. Um, 8 wins with breakout series starting pitcher. This is probably the easiest one because Diamond Dynasty Conquest games do count. So you just put in 8 breakout series starting pitchers. They're not that expensive. Actually, I mean, the problem is that there's only like 2 or 3 really cheap ones. So you put those guys in. You just have to kind of hope the thing spins on it, but it's not that hard. It's not that bad. You'll get lucky eventually. You'll crank through it, but do it in conquest games because at that point you're doing it for three innings instead of going to like play CPU and doing it for 8. AL Central. Oh, okay. And so this is what I was saying. Once you've completed all of those NL missions, you will be rewarded with this exchange mission where you just basically give a couple of cards up. It's like feeding from last year to your Diamond Dynasty player, except you don't feed them to your Diamond Dynasty player. You just exchange them, and you exchange. It's not that bad. I'd probably exchange like for each of them, you know, 10 bronzes and 5 commons. It's nothing extraordinary. Um, it seems much less than last year, honestly. And you get this Matt Holiday, who I'll show you. I should have taken a snapshot of, but I'll go back after this and take a not a snapshot, but I'll let you guys see the ratings so you can see what you're going for. Alcides Escobar for the Royals, command the AL Central. He's got a this is like the innings grind from last year. So instead of innings, it's plate appearances. So you just have to put a bunch of AL Central guys on the plate on your team and just like ride it out. It's kind of grindy. It doesn't take terribly long, but it is annoying because it kind of conflicts with some of these because not there's no AL Central guys that have the Beeb for Breakout Star or the hardware series. So you kind of have to do them in like separately, which isn't optimal. Um, did I skip something? AOS, like I said, AL Central. I guess. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, you'll figure it out. Well, no, let me not say that. Let me not say that. Did I skip some of the AL ones? AL West, AL Central, AL East. Where's the AL East? I can't see the AL East. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, so tally 60. That one's simple enough. 60 strikeouts with left-handed pitchers. You put left-handed starting pitchers in your lineup and you strike people out. It's not that hard. The exchange for that is Curtis Granderson, who is a killer of righty pitchers, I believe it is. Like probably the best hitter against righties in the game, or definitely up there. But against lefties, you have better silver options. Good fielder though. Good card overall. And once you've done both of those, conquered both of the leagues, and gotten the Granderson and the Holiday, you'll be rewarded with this Reggie Jackson for free. He's a monster. He's a stud. Okay. And also, I want to point out that I'm working on this Conquer twice. I'm hoping there's like some super secret thing behind these 10 packs. We'll see. I will let you guys know what happens with that when I unlock it probably later on today. So before I get into the actual guide to Conquest, how I actually go about doing it, I want to show you those cards. So you guys, I should have done this earlier, but bear with me, guys. I'm still learning. I'm still getting into the groove of this. So you can see, well, because Conquest is kind of a grind, and I can see how some people wouldn't find it fun. So I'll let you guys see the cards, so you can determine whether or not that's something that you want to do. And also you get this Goldsmith for the NOS collection. Good card. This Goldsmith is good. It's a free first baseman. He's good. Like, look at that. That hitting is solid. Good card. Very good card. I'm curious. Oh, wait, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go back and I was curious. I wanted to compare him to the 97 Goldsmith. Oh, he's not the, okay. He's good. He's not the 97 Goldsmith. He's not the 97 Goldsmith. But how is he compared to the regular Goldsmith? Um, he's, he's not the regular Goldsmith either, but he's not that far off. He's not that far off. I'd rather have him for free than the Goldsmith. It's probably going for what, like 50K right now. So, oh, that's what I want to show you. The Matt Holiday. So this is the NL reward, the NL Exchange Award, and as you can see, like most Matt Holiday cards, he can hit. He can hit. He can hit. He can really hit. Fielding isn't great. I noticed that when I was playing with him on Conquest. There's some balls that you have to say, you're not. You have to concede that you are going to get to some balls that lot of corner players will make the play on. I think average corner players will make the play on. He's just not going to get to him. But I mean, in exchange for that, you get a phenomenal hitter. Look at that: 98 contact left, 84 contact right, 87 power right, 87 contact power left. The vision is there. He's a great card. He's a great hitting card. And keep going over. Eventually, we will get to the Reggie Jackson. The Reggie Jackson, like I said, is just outstanding. It's just out. You know what is also outstanding? This Anthony Rendon. It's a good card. All his cards are usually pretty good. Good card. Like for third base, it doesn't look like phenomenal stats, but I don't know. He just his swing just works for me, and those contact stats are pretty good. And I don't plan on. I don't think I'm gonna spend big on third base. I'm gonna work on that David Wright because I mean, I'm probably going to get Syndergaard anyway because I was playing against Syndergaard on rookie place versus CPU, and this guy he's still tough to hit. Like, and if that's the case, and I know that if I get my hands on him, like, he's probably one of the best pitchers in the game because he hits 98, and having to be able to go from 98, deal with that is tough. So, Noah Syndergaard is definitely something I want to do. And if I'm going to get him anyway, ultimately the only barrier to the set would be Cespedes, and I don't want to spend money on Diamond Cespedes. Hopefully he drops a little bit. Doesn't play that well in actual MLB, and maybe he drops to a gold, and I'm sure his price would fall quite a bit at that point. And that would make that more palatable. They get a David Wright. And the David Wright would probably be my third baseman. This is, well, what you do it for. This is the Reggie Jackson. Great card. Just great card. The hitting there, you can see it. He can hit both sides pretty well. Kills righties. And is pretty good against lefties. The fielding is solid. You wouldn't play him at center. You couldn't play him at center. But that fielding at 71, the 74 fielding with the 74 speed, it gets it done. It's good enough. He's going to make the plays that you'd expect the average outfielder. Like he plays like he has 70 fielding, but he also hits like he has those hitting stats. Really good card. Really good card. So I'll keep scrolling so you can see the Curtis Granderson, and then we'll get into actually why you want to, how you go about getting these cards, how you go about beating Conquest. So go to Curtis Granderson. Like I said, he kills righties. Like maybe the best hitter against righties in the game. Like 97 right contact, a 96 power, but the lefties, not there. As you can see, very good fielder, good speed, great fielding, 89. Meh arm, but good enough. He's a good card. He's a good card, especially if you're platooning. I wouldn't play him against a lefty. But then again, you can't do that this year where you can't see if someone's pitching a lefty or not. So you'd have to be willing to, I don't want to say pinch. I don't want to say he's just so bad against lefties, like really bad. I don't know if he's a starter. He's definitely someone you have on the bench. That for sure. So let's actually go into how we play Conquest. Now, we're during prime server hours right now, which means the servers aren't that great right now, and there's a lot of people trying to get on to play. So I get most of my grinding done for Conquest. I get almost I don't want to say most, all of it pretty much done at night, late when there's no one, on, because the servers work better because there's under less stress. So I don't know if Conquest is working right now. So what I do before I hop into Conquest is I will go to single player and I go to play versus CPU actually. And it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're not going to play the game. We're gonna hop into this game. And I'll explain what we're doing in a second and why we're doing this. Why I do this in a second. You could just do this with a Conquest game, but if you do with a Conquest game, you run the risk of like losing your turn, and depending on what part of the board you're on, that can be dangerous to just like give up a turn. So I hop in this game, right? Um, and I'm wait this game to load up. Look at that. That Reggie Jackson card art isn't that great, honestly. To be honest, like so I posted on the Reddit, the MLB The Show subreddit, and someone said, "Look, it doesn't like Reggie Jackson." I was like super excited, like, "Look, I got a Reggie Jackson." I'm like, that doesn't look like Reggie Jackson. And
These two
like,
should
yeah,
provide.
Okay, so what I'll do now is I will exit once the game is started. And what we're looking for here is to see, does this game go to queue? Because if this game goes to queue, then we now know that that anything we do in Conquest is not going to work. Like we know everything we do in Conquest, no matter like how many games we play, as far as so the game is going to queue now. So now I know that if I were to go to Conquest and attempt to conquer a stronghold or play any game in Conquest, just conquer one of these things, it's not going to count. And it's not going to count until the servers are back up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to... my plan was to go up to conquer the Nationals really quick, but now I'm just going to simulate. I'm going to, if it'll let me do that even, I'm just going to fill some spots on the board, if it'll let me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. Server error is encountered. Okay, that's great. That's why we do not play, or that's why I don't play during this time. This is like in the server. Like, hopefully this won't be a big deal by the, I want to say by the weekend, but I don't know at this point. This is really unacceptable. It really is not acceptable for the servers to be this bad. Okay, let me conquer there. That's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill some of these spots because remember, the more spots you have, and granted, like reinforcements are no longer an issue at this point because once you have this much of the board, conquered, you're going to get as many as you need, really. But it'll save me the time to fill them in later. And you can't play. You cannot play until when games are going to queue. Those games are not going to count for conquest. Like, from what I've experienced, they're just not going to count. They're gone. They're in the ether. They're never coming back. You've wasted your time, which is why I did the play versus CPU first to make sure that if I were to start playing, they would count. And what really bothers me is the stats don't count. And when you're trying to get 100 hits with a Brock Holt, I've lost those 10, 15 hits to the ether, and it really annoys me. And I think I'm at like, I want to say 60. I think I have like 60 hits with them. So I'm not even close, and I've done all this, and I'm not even close. So I will conquer all these. And Cardinal Bird put out a video where what he suggested is when the games aren't going to queue is just conquer the whole map. Just, surround, and you can do that. I could easily, probably with a few turns, just go through and surround everything. But I don't know. You can do that. It just doesn't appeal to me. Like it's too tedious. I don't know. You can do it. I guess it would save time in theory, but it just feels like you're doing stuff to like kill time really, because you have to go over the same spots anyway, whether you do it now or you do it later. but that way you have to deal with more resistance because you haven't really conquered anything. So like teams have more resources to go through, so it takes longer, I would say. But at least you're doing something. So I'm just gonna like take these spots really quick, but I'm not gonna like go around and fill up the whole map. I will just wait until the servers start acting better. So I'm gonna try to fill in this little enclosure I have here. And I wish I could like fast forward this, but I am not that. We have not gotten the YouTube vids yet. I found this to be the easiest way, I think, to get these videos made because I'm not great with how to make videos and stuff. So I just record this stream, and I guess YouTube just archives it like they did with the pack stream, and I can just from there it'll be up, and so it won't be scripted. It won't be the prettiest thing in the world, but it will be effective, and it will get the message I want to get across anyway, and do it in a pretty convenient manner for all of us. So, like I said, we're gonna fill in this portion here. We've gotten through this without, like, we can't do the whole thing. We have to pick a way, pick our path. We're gonna go right. Fill that in. I hope there's something good for doing this twice. Like, it has to be more than just those 10 packs again. It has to be, right? It has to be. It has to be. Gotta be something good. Maybe like if you do it the third time, you get like a card. That might be it. That'd be okay. Okay, so now I'm going to. Oh, I wanted to. I put 12 over here so I can do this too. So let me just do this right quick too. And of course, the Athletics put up the Alamo stand, so we're probably not going to get this. Okay, we rolled over the Dodgers. Come on, 5-2. We're probably going to lose this. Okay. Can we pull off? I don't know about this. Okay. I shouldn't try. Okay, 3v2. Let's go for it. Come on. Miracle. 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 Didn't work. Okay, expected it not to. Okay. So, is there anything else I put over here to fill in? No. Okay. So, now I'm going to skip the Steel Fans phase. And there's no reason to ever do the skip to Steel Fans phase after the first base. Like I do it for Colorado because you don't have the resources. You don't have you don't have the board yet. You have like so little of it. So when you do Colorado, and I believe Colorado is this here, and you're here. So you build out, and as you're building out, you want to. What I do is I take all of this like Mariner territory. Like before the Mariners can like expand here, I want all this. Before the Twins can go over here, I want all this. I want it because you want to build up as many faces as possible. What a lot of people do is they're like, okay, we're gonna start Conquest. We're gonna go straight down. I'm gonna like, go assault, the Rockies, and it just doesn't work because you don't have the resources to do it. The Rockies start with what 5 million at their stronghold. You have, 6 billion in things to attack. You go through one Rockies thing. Maybe you get through with no losses. You go through another. Maybe you suffer one. So now you're at like 4 against the Rockies. 6 in the stronghold. You have to play like an all-star legendary game or Hall of Fame game at the very best. And you're probably you might lose that. It's not consistent. I mean, you might win. You might win. I've won a couple, but it's not consistent. So, and what you want to, what this is really about is just doing this as fast and consistently as possible. So, what you really want to do is you want to expand and get all this territory because the more territory you have, the more reinforcements you get. And the more reinforcements you get, the easier it is to conquer bases. So, what I'll do is I'm expanding. I'll expand. And while I'm expanding, in order to make my job with Colorado easier, I'll steal their fans. So if you win 2 or 3 veteran games while you're expanding, that's about how long it'll take to like get all the territory. Like basically, I go to like I expand like maybe out here, like this area, like it's like my cutoff. I don't want to go. I don't want to make the Mariners too pissed. I don't like. I just want the territory, and then I'll like go to like maybe. I think it's like about like here, west, and I take all this territory, and then I'll go down and I'll attack the Rockies, and it's not that hard because now they have like 1 million, and I can put like 7 here, like 7 million here, and I go, six, six on one, six on two, rookie veteran, win, collect their in the next few things, collecting their spaces, and you see at least threes. This is me walling up, like just to make sure that like, because what I found is that basically the only people in Conquest that have a shot to ruin you and not let you win Conquest are the Diamondbacks down here and the Mariners up here. Like if you let them get too much space, you let them get too big, they will actually attack you. Like these other teams, Minnesota, I think it's Minnesota, Kansas City, these guys, they'll poke in here, but they're never gonna like put 40 on a hexagon and just attack you. They're more concerned with like the people down here. Like the Royals will always be feuding with like the Astros, the Twins. They'll get like fiddly with the Brewers. They have their own things they're concerned about. In the East, like they do their own thing. The West, there's so many teams over here, this little like Southern California area, they're all like fighting each other. So like really the only teams that have a chance to beat you are the teams who can expand, which are the Diamondbacks and the Mariners. So if you take those guys out, or you just check them until you can get them taken out, then you've won the game. Like once you've done the West Coast, you've won because look at all this territory you have that no one's going to come attack. You just have more resources than everybody. So with this, like you just have more resource, you have more reinforcements, and you can just plow through things. Like now, I can come over here. I'm just going to put all of my um, reinforcements. Oh, I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal because the reinforcement phase. And I'm just going to put everything here on reinforcements here. 82 of them. I don't have any use for these 8 over here, so I'm going to move them over here. And you always want to move fans to the head of your snake. And so when the servers are up, I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to play Washington, and I'm going to take the stronghold. And I'm going to continue up the coast, taking strongholds. And I'm going to do them all on rookie because I just can't. Like at this point, like if you get a game and they have too many fans for you to play, get a rookie game, you just stop and you reinforce. You just like because at this point, no one's beating like no like so this is World Rookie, so I would just play this game. I won't play it obviously because as we went over the Q thing, it won't count. I'll just wait till it will count. But at this point, I just work up this coast and no, I don't have to worry about anyone attacking me over here. Like it's not like I have this like I'm not fighting on two fronts. Like they're not doing anything. Like these two, they're not doing anything. So once you've gotten to a point where no one's attacking you, and the only teams that really will attack you are the Diamondbacks and the Mariners. Once they're gone, because the only teams with like the space to attack you, like the game is over at that point. So if I got a non-rookie game, I would just wait, reinforce, get 99 on the point, and then do it again and then get the rookie game. Because at this point, there's no time crunch. I mean, I went on veteran, 18 times out of 20, but there's always, those random too. I went on rookie 49 times out of 50. So I would rather just, take the extra, you know, 20 seconds it takes to get the rookie game just to, be a little more efficient about it. So that's effectively the gist. I think one of the biggest problems people have with Conquest is they just don't know how to start. Once you've gotten the what, don't go east. Like that's you don't go east. You don't start going east, in my opinion. And I don't have like the coding. I don't know the science of it. But from what everything I've seen from the conquest rounds I've done, and once I said, like I said, if you've watched the video, you know that I've completed this war already. I'm about to do it a second time. Um, you attack the Diamondbacks because if you let them get too big, they will become a problem. Um, or you attack the Mariners. Like it's like it doesn't matter which order you do it. I don't think. I think it helps you to do the Diamondbacks first, just because you get more uncontested area. Because it's just like this is just all this like space that the Rockies and Diamondbacks have. Like this is just like all this is map. You know, this is all just spaces you can have more reinforcements, which makes it easier to like go through and play these veteran. These had to usually be veteran games against the Padres and the. Or here's what this is the Angels. I think yes, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Athletics, the Giants. And you just like work your way up. Like you just come down, you take Colorado, like I said, steal their fans, make it easier to get through their thing, and you just take all their space, and you work your way, take the Diamondbacks, and then you're good because you have the resources, you have more spaces, and you can just come over and start working your way up the coast. And once you've done that, the game is over. You don't really ever have to worry about these guys, the Twins and the Royals, getting too pushy over here. Like, look, I put these threes up at the start of the game pretty much when they put their twos there, and they never advanced. Like, they respect that boundary. They never advanced. Like, as long as you, like, and this is the Twins here. Obviously, here, I had a boundary here. They attacked a little bit, but it's inconsequential. You know, they attacked, but they didn't do anything. Like, yeah, they took some spaces, but while I was, building all this stuff up and just getting more spaces, like, sure, let them poke. I don't care. And that's really the gist of Conquest. So that is my Conquest guide. We've gone over the rewards you get for doing Conquest. I will update this or put a new video out once I finish or just like maybe put something in the comments or something about once I finish the Conquest for the second time, and I see if there's some sports other stuff to reward for other than the 10 packs. Um, yeah, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to cover in this Conquest video, but I don't think there is. So if you found this helpful, if you have any questions about Conquest, leave something in the comments, a message in the comments. I will get back to you. Is there anything else? I don't think so. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.